Now, let's give a warm welcome from FFL USA, Brett Dunham. From Thomas Hayes, Thomas Hayes. And Heather Robeson.
Most new agents, they hear lead spend and they think risk. What we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys how to think about it as math, make it common sense and not have that fear, right? My name is Thomas Hayes. I've been doing this for about 2 years, did a little under 300K last year, which would have been completely impossible without leads. Now, when I got into this, I was valet parking Sean's car down in Boca Raton, Florida, and I mean, making $8 an hour, my tip money was paying my rent. And I go to say that because getting into a business like this where I needed to buy leads, I needed to invest in myself, it was obviously scary coming from those W-2 jobs because I was very focused on being as profitable as possible and keeping as much of my money as I could because I didn't have a lot of it. And what Sean always told me, though, he always said, if breaking even is the worst thing that happens, that's not a bad thing. And he's completely right. I mean, if the worst thing that happens to me when I buy leads or something is that I get uncomfortable doing something I've never done before, grow, and realistically pay to learn a skill that's priceless anyways, it's not bad at all. But what thinking like this does is it takes you out of a mindset of fear. And ultimately, that's what it is for us, right? It's fear. And if you're able to do that and stop and take a deep breath and think from a place of abundance instead of scarcity, now we're able to really think about what makes the most sense for the business we're trying to build in the future instead of just ourselves right now, right? So that's what I did. I started very small. It was $250 a week on leads, which was getting me like 350 leads. Granted, they were aged to crap and they were 75 cents a pop, but that's what I needed. It was perfect because I needed reps. I needed a lot of reps because I had zero sales experience. So I realized through this, though, sitting there burning so many leads because I sucked, and then sale. And this changes everything. Now I see this magic ATM machine in front of me where it's basically telling me if I even sold 2 deals out of 300 leads, which is literally less than 1%. I mean, you gotta be bad, like, right? But if I did even that, I was putting in 200 scared dollars into this machine, and it was spitting out 2,000. I was like, this shit is broken, right? But I took it anyways, but it had me think, imagine what this business would look like for someone like me if I also had balls too, right? Like imagine I had confidence as well. So what Brett's gonna do, he's gonna speak to you guys about what it looks like for new agents a couple months into the business, growing their confidence and investing in themselves.
Thank you, Thomas. Hello, Brett Dunham.
Let's go.
I'm from Los Angeles, California. Thank you, Sean, Andrew, for giving me this opportunity. It changed the course of my family's life, and now I could pass that on to others as well. So thank you. A little story about me. It took Andrew 18 years to recruit me because the last time he recruited me, I ended up being a bagger at Vaughn's with the hopes of being a baker in the bakery department. So it took some trust building. So thank you, Andrew, for this opportunity. He loves sharing his success with people in his life. So I appreciate you. I love you as well. You built an empire. Like many said before, I was in the crowd last year, my first year in the business. I had no agents show up, and I was wondering how I would be on stage next year. How many hours would I have to put in? So I put in the work. Now I'm here with 30 plus agents, and I issued just over 300K last year. Like Thomas, I started with about $250, $500 a week. It was on an auto payment, so it was not negotiable. And I quickly scaled up as soon as I realized like it's not about the money you're spending, it's about your ROI, your return on investment. So I was doing over 1,000% return on my investment, so I quickly scaled up to 750. Then 1,000, then I'm sitting now at 1,250 a week. And leads are the lifeline of our business. You need them. It's the way you can't be calling old leads and have commission breath. So there's a couple things I want to tell you guys that might help you on your calls. With all these ad blockers and stuff these days, FaceTime. FaceTime your clients, it breaks through it. And when they answer, because they answer a lot, you could just tell them like, hey man, this is important, it's life insurance, because they know no one's FaceTiming them doing any type of scam. So FaceTime your leads. And yeah, that's that's my advice to you guys. Next, we have Heather. She's amazing. I can't wait to hear what she says.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Thomas. They're amazing. And it's such a pleasure, and not just a pleasure, but a blessing to be up here to help people and to help them. And they help me too. So my question for you is, I'm a two-time Hall of Famer. Okay? But guys, the math doesn't math correctly because I've actually been with FFL for 3 years. Right? But that's where I don't want you to be next year. And so I'm going to help you to understand how to become profitable right now, just like these guys did, so that this year, in 2027, which if everybody already registered, which you should have, don't be afraid, you'll be up here. Okay? So if you haven't registered, there's a reason. You're scared. There's fear. If you haven't bought leads, you're scared. If you haven't brought leads consistently, you're scared. There's fear. After 2 days of being here, who still has fear? Raise your hand, be honest if you have a little bit of fear. It's okay. It's fine. But that's what's stopping you. That fear is stopping you because the fear is leading to inconsistent consistency. It's a famous Trey Honeycutt, right? To be profitable, you have to think of yourself as a business owner. Can you imagine for 1 second if you walked into your local McDonald's and the manager was afraid to buy French fries? You would be pissed, right? So think of your leads as your French fries. You have to buy them. If you don't buy them, you don't sell anything. Nobody's just going to keep coming back for nothing. Okay, the French fries are the best out of the hamburger, you get that, right? What if the manager took those French fries and he refried them? That's disgusting. Don't redial your leads, buy more every single day. If you're telesales, which is fairly new comparatively to the insurance industry, you should be dialing and buying leads every single day. But Heather, they said buy it once a week. Get them every day. Your telesales. You need new French fries every single day. You need new people to call. You don't need 100 every day to call. You need at least 10, 5. Get them consistently every single day. If you buy them all at the beginning of the week, they're all sitting there, and guess what? I'm going to call them. Sorry. You didn't, I did, because they came into me that day. Buy your new leads every single day. Then, or put them on a drip, obviously. Sorry, I should have said that. Drip, right? Then, what you want to also make sure, and by the way, I don't have a phone, I have this thing. Just make sure instead of the new fries you're getting, make sure you're not cooking them over and over again. Yes, come up with a system or reach out to somebody. They have a system that you can actually drip on them every single day so that they're consistently getting your information. And don't run out of them. Don't be afraid. For those of you, raise your hand if you've received generously a voucher. Raise your hand. Show me. That's right. You know why? Because you weren't afraid to get up here. You weren't afraid to copy somebody. You weren't afraid to be in front of Sean and say, I want leads. Now respect him. Don't go out and spend that whole $1,000. What did you, think about this real carefully, and everybody's different. What did you spend on leads before we came here? Think about it. Put it down, write it. Because now you're not going to just use that voucher and waste the leads. You don't have that skill level maybe, right? If you did 100 last week, you do your own 100 and now add 100 from the voucher. Don't spend it all. Don't not put your own skin in the game. That's disrespectful. Use that to boost your business. And now let me ask you, how many of you still have fear? Good. How many of you are going to be on stage next year? Now stand up if that's the case. Stand up if you're going to be on stage. That's right. I will see